And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
We get together, have a few laughs.
Welcome to the 24th episode of Iowa Talk Guys. This is your host, Theo.
And I'm your host, Teepee. And we want to, first of all, really thank you for getting here so far. Almost,
Yeah. We just want to thank the people that listen to us up front here right real quick at the beginning. And
Yep, you guys are awesome.
Yep.
We want to mention Erock is not here again.
Yeah.
He didn't forget his mic this time. He's just totally not here.
Yeah. We were getting him all lined up and everything. He was game, and then last minute.
Memes. Got him. He's out memeing. Yep. Not with the band tonight. He's memeing.
Actually, family. He got some family time.
He doesn't have a family.
That's not true.
He's born an orphan. That's why he's a rock star. Anyway. So, today, we want to bring you a few things. I really want to start off with this Hunter Biden investigation, which is pretty funny. When you think about it. Kind of goes back to our episode 7 with the Hunter Boulder Ukraine connection, because we talked about this stuff when we brought up, that on the Senate's website there's information that the government has linking
investigations that they performed,
linking Hunter Biden to crimes.
Yes.
Okay. So, real quick,
news flash, right? Breaking news. Surprising.
Not surprising. So I want to bring up an article that goes back to August 7th real quick, just because I think you guys will find this funny as well. And this is a Washington Times article by Jeff Murdoch, August 7th. It says, Hunter Biden expected to get generous deal for guilty plea, shielding president from revelations.
Wow.
Yeah. And it goes on to say, media outlets have reported that the grand jury probe of Vice President Biden's second son has reached a critical stage as prosecutors consider charges. This is back in August. And it says he has not been charged with any wrongdoing, but investigators have been looking into suspected violations of federal gun and tax laws.
Ooh, that's big.
Which we didn't bring up in episode 7. He is also under federal scrutiny for suspicion of money laundering and violation of foreign lobbying requirements tied to his overseas business dealings.
Pretty big. What would happen to you?
We would already be in jail.
Federal guns?
The guns thing.
Federal guns.
Look what happened to Adam Kokesh. Remember when he chambered around in Washington, D.C. on the 4th of July? Was that like 10 years ago?
I probably heard about it.
See you next 4th of July.
Oh,
we didn't see him next 4th of July because he was in prison for loading a firearm.
You guys are going to have to go do
DC.
the research on your own about that guy.
Yeah. I'll play that clip, the see you next 4th of July one. But
we will not be silent. We will not obey. We will not allow our government to destroy our humanity. We are the final American Revolution. See you next Independence Day.
Libertarian activist Adam Kokesh arrested and house raided by SWAT team for violating D.C. gun laws.
Yeah, go check him out.
Racked around.
Yep, that's all he did. Ended up in federal prison.
Was it a shotgun?
Yeah, it was a shotgun. Yeah. It was on 4th of July. Remember that?
Crikey.
Anywho, getting back to Hunter, prosecutors have watched the case who have watched the case predict it will end with a guilty plea to minor tax or gun charges in exchange for a light sentence.
Minor tax or gun
the
charges.
Federal tax. Yeah, the federal.
I guess I've never considered gun or tax charges minor. That would be pretty major to me.
No, I think they're pretty minor. They should be minor all around because I don't agree with taxes or gun laws.
Well, yeah, I understand, but what I'm speaking from the perspective of once again that I've already brought up. If it was you or I that is getting federal gun or tax charges, you're looking at 10 years, dude.
At least. Yeah, they're not going to mess around. Not with us peasants.
No.
So they it gets even better, though. The Washington Times goes on to say, a guilty plea would be the least messy outcome. It would avoid an indictment or criminal trial that could unearth accusations that would, quote, embarrass Hunter Biden and his father. Okay.
Well, I don't know.
The world has seen you smoke crack naked with hookers.
Okay, yeah.
What could be more embarrassing besides, I guess, getting pegged by one of them hookers?
Well, I can only imagine to anybody around the world paying attention how utterly hysterical the situation looks over here.
Right.
Like who we actually have, the grown-up, remember? Remember on CNN and all those channels and whatnot after the great 2020 election and the whole story that was.
Yeah.
Which
Paul Bunyan.
You might land in a concentration camp if you don't have the right narrative or story on that one.
Well,
but
remember when Hillary supporters laughed about that?
Be grossly generalistic. You can put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right?
But man, I bet the rest of the world, just people that are paying attention. There's folks that aren't paying attention everywhere. We come in contact with people like that on a daily basis, right?
True stories.
Yeah.
But getting real quick,
we can't be any sort of example to follow right now.
That's as far as our leadership.
No.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much an embarrassment on itself. I mean, even under Trump, our government was an embarrassment.
Well, yeah, it had been an embarrassment for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, ever
all
since
the way back into the Cold War. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we embarrassed ourselves at Vietnam. Prior to that, Korea, Vietnam. Then after that, Iraq, Afghanistan. It's anyways. So
Somalia.
I don't know what else. Why this guilty plea is going to be the least messy, but whatever. Yeah, Somalia.
Well, I guess one thing that I wanted to mention about this whole situation is that I don't pay attention to this stuff off the get-go, and that's a problem of mine because I just don't expect anything to happen.
No, we don't.
Nothing meaningful
Neither one
is
of
going
us.
to happen.
This is they're going to get a slap on the wrist. This is going to be the equivalent of all those schmucksters going into the Walgreens and CVS stores out west and shoplifting,
smash and grab.
Yeah, walking out and just absolutely no repercussions,
no charges,
absolutely none. So this is what's going to happen,
folks.
I think it's funny here, and
folks getting beat in large cities these days by people that should have been in jail within 24 hours of the attack.
So it's funny that you said that because somebody else close to Mr. Hunter Biden, had something similar to say. A Mr. Chris Clark, a lawyer representing Hunter Biden in the Delaware case, disputed predictions that the case will end in a guilty plea. And he wrote in an email to Washington Times, quote, "Let any of you experts know I'm happy to place a bet with them," unquote.
Oh, well, he seems awful sure of himself.
And this is the lawyer representing him. So, I mean, he's not. So we're not the only ones that have a little bit of
some fancy East Coast shit right there, man.
You don't mess with us up here. So, that
was a poor accent. I'm calling you.
Hey, man, that's fine. It's all right. We've already been called out. You all know we don't do good accents, but it's just for entertainment purposes only.
Dude, I do remember you bringing out a very impressive Australian accent.
I'll work on my accents.
We should do that.
Just do more accents.
Work on accents
Crikey.
And do some satire.
Oh, yeah, I read that whole article in Australian accent. I did do that. That happened.
Oh,
so,
God bless
fast
you.
forwarding, after what Mr. Chris Clark said there, Biden's lawyer, Hunter's lawyer, an October 6th article dropped by, it was actually the Washington Post that originally brought this out, but this is reporting from Yahoo News, Mr. Isaac Shearer, because I'm not paying the Washington Post any money. Screw you guys. Anyways, the headline is investigators believe they have enough evidence to charge Hunter Biden with tax gun crimes report.
Well,
right. So a federal...
They do have the evidence.
They do.
Allegedly.
Well, federal investigators believe they have gathered enough evidence to charge former Vice President Joe Biden's son Hunter with tax crimes and false statement related to gun purchase, unquote, according to a bombshell news report from the Washington Post.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And then in the first line of the next paragraph, it goes on to say federal investigators associated with the FBI and IRS determined months ago they had sufficient evidence to indict the younger Biden. ...
We reported on this months ago.
That is terrifying, isn't it?
That they held on to this long?
Well, just to hear that you're gonna be charged and you've been investigated by the FBI and the IRS.
For us, it would be terrifying, yes.
I hate to keep going back to this point, but that's like life. I mean, you might think at some low points ending shit, dude.
It'd be...
They can ruin you.
Your family, yeah, and it has.
They've
done
shit.
that to people. Yeah. And
but I guess if you have no-show jobs for energy companies in Ukraine and
right,
China, and
but you get what I mean. If you're going
to
commit these crimes, you're going to get what you get, unless you're in a certain class.
Biden,
yeah, unless you're in a certain class. But yeah,
which we've talked about before.
Right,
there is a ruling class. Everybody knows it.
Yeah, and it said here. So Chris Clark again. Hunter Biden's lawyer responded to the inquiry from the Post with a written statement accusing investigators of misconduct. So the same guy that wanted to place a bet with the Washington Times is now accusing the Post of a written statement accusing investigators. He's not accusing the Post. He's telling the Post that he's accusing the investigators.
Federal investigators, yes.
Yeah. He said it is a federal felony for a federal agent to leak information about a grand jury investigation such as this one. To Clark. Who got in trouble for leaking the information about the Roe versus Wade repeal stuff? That's kind of high up there in the Supreme Court.
Well, yeah, that. Not to mention also the leak on the, what was it? The Viva la Resistance, that Peter Strzok guy in the FBI.
Oh, yeah.
And those leaks from those federal agents to literally try to derail the Trump campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And his little lover, I can't remember what was her name. Anyway, regardless.
So.
Oh, well, it was convenient to leak at that time, wasn't it? That was to save our democracy.
Right.
Yeah. You should read
You
should read the classics about democracy and how it failed thousands of years ago. Just saying.
Well, getting back to what Chris Clark wrote to the Washington Post. He said, any agent you cite as a source in your article apparently has committed such a felony. We expect the Department of Justice will diligently investigate and prosecute such bad actors.
Oh, indeed they will.
Which is kind of ironic, considering... Let me go back to this August 7th article.
I bet they have the Department of Justice on their side on this one.
Yeah, so... the plea deal that they said that Hunter Biden's going to get, most likely, could include tax crimes and violation of the Foreign Agents Register Act. This is how it's quoted in the article. The obscure 1938 law requires anyone doing political or lobbying work on behalf of a foreign client or government to register with the Justice Department. So he's in trouble for not registering with the Justice Department, but his lawyers expecting the Department of Justice, the Justice Department, to diligently investigate and prosecute such quote-unquote bad actors. That good old line there.
Bad actors.
I'll tell you who's a bad actor.
Let's hear.
Ben Affleck is Batman. Bad actor.
Is that like a thing?
Yeah, that actually happened.
What?
Yep.
Where the hell have I been?
I don't know, dude, but I'm just letting you know it happened.
I shit you not, this is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, movies have been released with him as Batman?
One movie, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. I saw a commercial with that Pete Davidson cat from Saturday Night Live. I think he's got the Kim Kardashian spot right now.
You know who else I think is a bad actor? That
I was just gonna say that he was one of the new age SNL guys.
Oh, okay.
They're not funny.
No, I haven't watched SNL in years.
They are not funny.
It was good during the Bush times when they were making fun of the president all the time, but then after that, things kind of just went downhill. You know.
Yeah, once President Obama got in, it
really SNL went down.
You cannot criticize the president. First of all, it's racist.
Yeah. So such a thin-skinned administration.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's so crazy. But so they're looking at let's see, his plea bargain is going to be a joke. He's not even going to. I'm going to be really surprised if he even goes to trial at all.
It wouldn't surprise me in the least if his incarceration, house arrest, what have you, whatever he ended up with, probation, involved large quantities of crack and hookers. So that goes to tell you how serious I think that they're going to punish this guy.
Super serial.
Not that my opinion means a damn thing.
And it says here in this Washington Times post again that legal observers point to several developments in the Biden case and in Washington that signal a guilty plea. First, the grand jury in Delaware hearing testimony in the case expired last month without any public charges. U.S. Attorney David Weiss could call a new grand jury, but that would take months and might give prosecutors time to discover more witnesses or evidence. Another indicator, they say, is that the grand jury closed without appearances from significant witnesses, including President Biden. They didn't call the president to be a witness? That's not fair.
That is not
How
fair.
dare them? Jeez.
Not fair at all.
When you have that much clout?
No. Not to, you can't bring any dishonor on the president of the United States, on that office, right?
Well,
it's not about the person, it's about the office. You have to have respect for the office.
A lot of people didn't have that at all a few years ago. And they're the same ones that are saying...
You know what? I'm kind of to the point where I don't necessarily know how much respect the office deserves.
Well, and it's not getting much respect from anywhere else in the world anyways.
Meetings that...
But, hey, they say also the looming November midterm elections are putting pressure on prosecutors to resolve the case. Republicans are expected to take one or both houses of Congress and have already promised to conduct rigorous investigations into Hunter Biden's business dealings and the Justice Department handling of the case. So,
you ready for my expert analysis on this as well?
Go ahead.
I predict that the Republicans will not do a damn thing and that not a damn thing will come from any of this. Shall they take or should they take both houses of Congress? They are toothless, spineless pansies.
Pacifists.
They are perfectly happy with the power that they yield and the money they're getting in.
They don't have any more bulldogs like Trey Gowdy
through
or
legitimate
Ron Paul.
means or whether through illegitimate means. They're living in one of the most powerful cities in the world. They just love living there. And
the capital.
Most people, yes, are just going to bow to the power structure.
Unfortunately.
Because...
And you know what? If he took a guilty plea...
It's comfortable.
If he were to take a guilty plea before the midterm elections and the Republicans gain, the investigation power, if he pled guilty before that, then the case could be closed and they couldn't go after him. So, but I just don't see anything happening. You know what I mean? I don't see it. So, and hey, you know what? I'm sure things will be interesting on Twitter when all this is going on.
Well, that's what I was actually going to get into next, is that it sounds an awful lot like this Twitter deal might be back in play. Elon Musk has apparently agreed to the original $44 billion deal at $54.20 per share. And we did have another article pulled up here. The first article that we have here is by Lindsay Cornick, Fox News. Headline: Media worries as Elon Musk closes deal to buy Twitter. Be afraid. Be actually afraid.
Super afraid.
I don't know why anybody would have to be afraid.
Did he ever figure out that bot issue on there?
Well, that was the next article that I wanted to.
Then let's just stay on this one.
He has texted that. Right here, I'll bring up the article by Yahoo Finance. Alexis Keenan, headline: Elon Musk texted before Twitter deal that drastic action was needed to tackle bots. First paragraph: Tesla CEO Elon Musk's text messages made public Thursday in his legal dispute with Twitter show he communicated about its fake account issues both before and after agreeing to buy it for $44 billion. So he's concerned about it.
Well,
so
I don't blame him.
That is an issue up front here. But media worries. I mean, they're just worried.
I don't see why they should be afraid.
They could lose some influence here. They could lose a platform. Should Elon Musk buy Twitter and open it up, they are losing a major platform. Well, I mean, $44 billion. That's not... Were you the richest guy in the world, you wouldn't take that lightly. Right?
That's quite a bit of money.
To say the least, Mr. Understatement. But, yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
and before the midterm.
These jokers think that this is going to be the end of Twitter.
Well, imagine if somehow this happens before midterms, which actually is supposed to happen by the date of October 28th or something like that.
Well, Ben Collins said here, he tweeted, "For those of you asking, yes.
I do think this site can and will change pretty dramatically if Musk gets full control over it. No, there is no immediate replacement. If it gets done early enough, based on the people he's aligned with, yes, it could actually affect midterms."
So that's what they're afraid of. Somehow
not having information
getting to people is going to affect the midterms. Weird that an informed populace is what they're afraid of. Really,
is an enemy to the experts giving us all of the information as they shall see it. Like they are a judge. They are a judge in a corrupt trial where the jury should see the information as the judge presents it to them.
Right. Not as, you see it. Not as you take it on your own.
Well, you're not responsible enough.
Right. That's like the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church back in the day used to tell people, hey, the Bible's written in Latin. We're the only ones that know how to read Latin. Trust us.
Yeah.
We are the experts. We will tell you what's written here. And, that just summoned up the Dark Ages. But, the Taliban use the same tactic. They go to these villages where they don't know how to read or write or do anything with the Quran, and they say, hey, I'm a holy man. Just trust me. This is what this is, and this is what we have to do for Allah. And
they keep people illiterate and ignorant?
Well, they don't. Well, yeah. I mean, they're in charge of the government now, and they're going to continue to do that. You think there's going to be... How many schools have popped up since the Taliban took over Afghanistan?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know.
For these students in the west of Kabul, returning to school felt particularly poignant. Last year, more than 90 were killed here in an attack by the local branch of the Islamic State group. We want to be successful so we can fulfill the dreams of our martyred classmates, says Sakina. That will be our revenge on those who were responsible. Not long after they've arrived, there's unexpected bad news.
The girls had literally just sat down at their desks and the head teacher got a WhatsApp message from the local Taliban in charge saying that actually teenage girls can't come back to class just yet. And the girls are just devastated.
Well, then why the hell did you ask that question, Teepee?
It was a rhetorical question.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Foster's Australian for beer.
Why are you plugging somebody that is not sponsoring us?
Because one time in it wasn't Bahrain. Yeah, it was Bahrain. We drank a bowling alley out of Foster's.
Is that where the ladies of the night from Southeast Asia were?
It was in that town.
Well, it was in that town, but they weren't in the bowling alley?
No.
Oh, okay. All right,
anyway.
I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah.
All right.
So, it's going to be super interesting, and we have some more information about Mr. Busk.
NPR editor Neela Banerjee retweeted the thread writing, quote, "As usual, Ben Collins provides a useful thread on the broader implications for the rest of us of a Musk takeover of Twitter," end quote. I don't know what that means.
I just love how so scared these loyalists are.
That was the prior tweet.
So this is a quote from BBC journalist Dickens Olewe, Olewe, whatever. Huge changes anticipated on this bird app after it goes private. Guardrails will be dropped. Misinformation and conspiracy theories will thrive. No functional alternatives available. This is it. A complete destruction of the global public square. Been nice, y'all. Really? You freaking loyalist turd?
So I just want to throw it out there that much like it can be observed that the term conspiracy theory has been bastardized, particularly since 9/11.
Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories concerning the attacks of September the 11th, malicious lies that attempt to shift the blame away from the terrorists themselves, away from the guilty.
That the term misinformation, disinformation, those are right up there with that. They are, it's almost like they are terms created to simply for the purpose of killing an argument before it even starts. Like it's some sort of non-starter, and somebody thinks that they're really smart by just saying, well, this is a conspiracy theory, or this is misinformation, or this is disinformation. And they just think they're smart because they say that.
Mm-hmm.
But they really just don't have an argument at all, and they actually haven't used their brain to think about it for themselves. It's pretty annoying up to this point.
It's pretty crazy.
It's annoying that
it
people
is really
just think
crazy.
that they can misinformation. We know what is misinformation and what is the truth.
If you disagree with Anthony Fauci, you disagree with science.
Science incarnate.
I am science.
Science incarnate Fauci.
Yeah, okay.
Like he's a god. We should build a damn temple to him.
Yeah.
Next to the Lincoln Memorial.
Statue.
I don't know what the hell they have going on there. And that
we should just tear down the Lincoln Memorial and put Fauci up there.
Put a
because,
Fauci.
Lincoln was...
You could probably make Fauci look like Fauci. You could make the Lincoln Memorial look like Fauci, I bet.
Oh, we could just change his head out.
He's got that long face.
Heck yeah, dude. That will save the taxpayers money. Good call.
That's not what they're trying to do.
I would really hate that. That would be messed up. But just one more thing, some more fear-mongering from the loyalist here. MSNBC host Don Winslow tweeted, "If Musk gets control of Twitter, and Zuckerberg has control of Facebook, and CNN is under new Republican-backed management, we have a massive problem. And do not listen to anyone who tells you differently."
It's like a perfect storm.
Trust me. You shouldn't listen to anybody else but me.
Trust me, because I'm one of the experts. I live on the East Coast.
I've been doing this for a living.
I went to Brown, damn it.
I eat caviar. Trust me. Have you ever had caviar? It's delicious.
I never have.
I have it. It sucks ass. I don't know how. I have. It's not good. I don't.
No.
I didn't. At least the stuff I had.
What, was it just like salty fish eggs?
It tasted like. You ever get those Thai boba drinks?
No.
Yeah, it tastes. So you ever had fish eggs in your mouth? Marbles?
No, I don't know what.
Just cut this part out.
No, I'm leaving it.
The substance is super weird.
Oh, the texture.
It was like salty goo.
Oh yeah. Spread it on a cracker or what?
Yeah, I tried it I tried it by itself, and I was like, not digging it. Let me try it on this. I think it was a Triscuit. I like Triscuits.
Nice, yeah.
With toppings, not by themselves. So
Sure.
Let's try it on there. A little salty Triscuit, maybe. That's basically. But the consistency in my mouth was odd.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to try new food.
Well, it's because you must be like Iowa white trash or something. You're not sophisticated enough to.
I'm used to corn on the cob.
Appreciate sturgeon eggs.
That's exactly what it is. I'm just an unsophisticated swine.
Well, I'll cheers to that.
All right. I don't have anything to cheers to now, but it's I don't get the big. And it was really funny. Remember?
Well, all I know is that people that do appreciate caviar are destined to, lead us and tell us what is fact. They are experts.
Yes, so you
think.
should definitely listen to them.
Yes. People from Yale.
It must be an acquired taste. I'm just going to say that about caviar. That's what I assumed after I tried it. It must be some type of acquired taste, and I'm too white trash to acquire that taste.
Well, an Elon Musk takeover of Twitter would be interesting. I don't know if it would
almost
help.
I don't
know if it'd help us or not.
Honestly, I think it's just going to get back to like how it was prior to the Trump era, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe even prior to Obama.
It'd be interesting. I'm sure there would still be lots of powers still fighting him.
We're still going to have the bots, and who knows? There's going to be bad actors all over the place.
Bad actors.
Mm-hmm.
There are bad actors all over.
I think Will Ferrell's a bad actor, in my personal opinion. Anyway.
Really?
So, getting into that, though, this is some local news around here in Iowa that we found very interesting. We just want to share with y'all.
I'm going to go ahead and say this is actually Erock's story.
Yeah.
Your fault for not being here. It's your fault for not being here, turd face.
Turd burglar.
Thanks for the information.
Sucker. Capitalism. Anyways, a panel, this is a Des Moines Register article, October 4th, this just came out. Panel rejects $1 million payouts to Iowa inmates given vaccine overdoses.
I haven't heard about that, but
so this is
overdoses.
An OD on the vaccine.
What is that? What sort of, symptoms?
Well, apparently they were given 6 times the proper dose of the COVID-19 vaccine last year. There's 52 inmates
shooting them up, huh?
At the Fort Madison State Penitentiary. So 3-member state appeals board, which considered the state legal financial obligations, unanimously denied the claims from the inmates who received extra doses back in April of 2021. The 52 inmates each sought $1 million payment were among 77 prisoners at the Iowa State Penitentiary in Fort Madison who had been given overdoses of the Pfizer vaccine by prison nursing staff.
So here's what interested me most about this when Erock sent it.
Yeah.
Was that next paragraph names everybody, and then the third paragraph is pretty powerful.
Well, let's name everybody first before that powerful one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Second paragraph.
The board.
Third paragraph. The board, made up of State Auditor Rob Sand, State Treasurer Michael Fitzgerald, and Iowa Department of Management Director Craig Paulson, accepted the recommendation of the Iowa Attorney General's Office lawyers to reject the claims.
Shut down.
The lawyers advised that under the Federal Public Readiness and Emergency Preparedness Act, quote, the state is immune from claims arising out of administration of the COVID-19 vaccine, end quote.
That is scary.
I just find it interesting how, the state governments, all these lesser governments, if you will, of, I guess, federal regulatory guidelines on this stuff, they just, nope, we're immune from any sort of negative causes. As
that
well
probably
as
means that your employer is immune,
as well as the
CDC is immune.
Pharmaceutical companies that developed
the company that developed it is
they
immune.
are immune. It's so interesting
because in all reality, it was still all voluntary to take.
That's what politicians are masters of.
That's what they're going to tell you.
Making everything voluntary.
That's sick, dude. That's sick and scary to me. That statement right there. The state is immune from claims arising out of administration of the COVID-19 vaccine. That's way scarier to me than Elon Musk buying Twitter.
Well, I don't think that the ruling class believes so.
They obviously don't.
The ones that want all of the power, they believe that people that can speak out against their power are more dangerous than people that... And let's just think, since the beginning of all of this COVID stuff, All right? The media that's been telling us you have to get the vaccine. We need to isolate people that don't get the vaccine. We need to people that go out without masks are killing people.
Oh, yeah.
Yada,
You're
yada,
killing
yada. All of this stuff.
Don't have parties for the holidays because you're going to kill grandma.
Okay. Media companies take billions upon billions of dollars every year in advertising from pharmaceutical companies. The very pharmaceutical companies that have major stakes and, in fact, incredibly profitable years, if you look at Pfizer, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Weird.
They have a conflict of interest.
Amazing. If you watch network cable television.
Amazing. They have a conflict of interest.
Just watch it for like half an hour to an hour and count how many pharmaceutical ads you see during the commercial breaks.
Dude, guilty pleasure. I'm going to go ahead and admit this on our program right now. I just subscribed to a streaming service, okay?
Okay, what's that?
And I'm embarrassed to admit it because it's just money. They're catching you, right?
Yeah.
Just getting you're paying for mostly bullshit. But I got it because I was in a scenario where I was going to be just, in isolation for a period of time.
Oh, so you needed something to watch.
So I was like, all right, well, I'll just subscribe to the streaming service, see if I like it. Dude, it was really for college football. That's the guilty pleasure.
Okay, well.
So, one of the, hey.
It's fine.
When Rome was burning, people were going to the Colosseum.
You're dang right.
I
want to see blood!
yeah, absolutely. So, to circle that back, to Saki that back, bringing back the Saki.
Hell yeah.
And I don't mean the Japanese wine.
We're talking about Jen. Anyways, Jen Psakian. The Saki back. I like that, dude. We're going to use that for now on.
Back. Saki bomb.
Saki back.
There are so many pharmaceutical advertisements for allergy medicine.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's on YouTube, too, actually.
HIV non-detective. And it's just everywhere. So to think that these media outlets and folks have objective opinions about companies that pay them billions of dollars
right
for their advertising services.
If you know anything about anything, you don't bite the hand that feeds you.
No. You defend.
That has repercussions. So real quick, just to finish up on what happened here in Des Moines, or not in Des Moines, but at Fort Madison.
On the river.
Apparently.
The Mississippi River, that is.
It is on the river. Apparently, 2 nurses made a mistake because reading directions is hard. And after the prison abruptly switched from using the Moderna vaccine to the Pfizer vaccine version, the Pfizer vaccine packages came in a concentrated dose.
Ooh.
6 doses apiece.
Let's try this
out. While the
Moderna
one...
Let's try this out on these prisoners.
It probably has nothing to do with that, dude. Come on.
You mean it wasn't supposed to go down to the drive-by clinic? Like,
hey, man.
Or
maybe this is one of those, circling all the way back once again to episode 7, when Whitey Bulger was in prison and he was a part of the MK Ultra, right, test. They told him it was to help solve schizophrenia. So it is historic that prisoners have been used as test subjects. So I don't know.
Not to mention that prior to MK Ultra, scientists that worked for the Third Reich and were brought to the United States under Operation Paperclip, in fact, worked hand in hand with other folks that developed vaccines and used human test subjects. And then people connected with these experiments got to live out their lives in the most prosperous post-war boom
country
of the United States down in Texas and Alabama
and California and Florida.
Yes.
All these nice places. Paradise.
Awesome.
I never had to shovel snow again, yeah?
No. We were in Texas.
It's just a paradise.
We were cowboys now.
But this is, Clint Eastwood and John Wayne.
Yes.
I love those actors.
I have the tassels on my shirt.
Anyways, that's a show coming up, the Operation Paperclip. We're going to get into that. And what we were discussing actually prior to the show,
just to let you know,
is why Operation Paperclip and all these events that happened, that the ripple effect that it caused in our country, not just our country, the world, that we're seeing the fruits of the labor of these guys' hard work back in the 50s and 60s now.
That men capable of the worst atrocities that human beings are capable of executing.
Pretty sick stuff.
Came to the United States under the cover that they were the good Germans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the good ones. Even though, we're going to get into that. Like Werner von Braun. The stories of when the V2 rocket program was being built.
Direct first name basis with the Fuhrer.
Yeah. And Walt Disney.
In charge.
John F. Kennedy.
And Jake Gyllenhaal as well.
The actor?
October Sky. I'm going to go into space.
So we're going to get into more of that in an upcoming episode. I know we've been telling you guys it's been coming, but look, we've been doing a lot of research on this stuff. We don't want to bring you guys mediocre, just half-wit episodes when we bring you topics of discussion.
Yeah.
We want to do some good, we have been doing some good research on it.
Right.
A lot of the stuff we've been finding, holy smokes, a lot of it's sick stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And terrifying.
It really is.
But that's why we have to, that's why we're here. We're going
to bring it to you in a good manner.
We're trying to be positive about it. Hey, guess what? We're the ones we've been waiting for. We're the only ones that are going to stop this.
Nobody else was going to do it, so we had to. Yeah. So once again, we really appreciate all you guys that have been sticking with us so far. There's a lot.
Absolutely.
A lot of you out there that are
sounds like
loyal listeners.
Yeah, listening.
And we really, really appreciate that.
Huge.
That's helping us a lot. And
we're not making money.
No, this is all.
This is we're donating our time.
Absolutely, because we want to get the information out there to you guys.
We appreciate you folks that are listening to us.
Yeah, Theo and I have been saying for years when we've had private conversations, we're like, we need to get this information out to people.
There are people that are ready to hear it. They want to hear. There are people that know more than us.
Absolutely, and
we're just the ones
tuned,
dumb enough to buy some microphones
and found out a way to get it on the internet.
It was really hard.
It was super hard. So we're gonna have more people that we interview in the future. We're working on stuff. We're trying to get other podcasters in here to interview.
We're working as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We both have families and other stuff going on, jobs. So you all know how it is. We're just regular.
Got to bring that insurance home.
Any old average American just like you listening to us, and so that's why we really appreciate you guys listening to us too. And you guys are awesome. You're keeping us motivated to keep doing this.
Yeah.
So
word of mouth, spread it around. Talk. Hey,
that's the best way.
Share on your phone or whatever and all that.
And eventually coming down the pipelines, we got shirt ideas we're working on. We're working on the website that's coming too.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys know as soon as that's up. It's going to be in the description. Working on some sticker ideas and stuff. Working on maybe something for those of you guys listening. I'll just go ahead and tell you. You buy a shirt, you're going to get a couple stickers that come with it. All right. I don't know if you guys are into stickers, but those that are, I dig stickers. I like putting them on.
Well, don't tease them when we don't have any T-shirts to sell yet.
Just trying to get your chops wet for what's coming in the future, right? So I think you guys are going to like our T-shirt ideas too, because I chuckle at them. So
it's going to be a lame ass attempt at us to be like some punk rock artists or some shit.
No.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're going to try to.
Oh, Erock's good with that stuff, dude. He's a memer. I think Erock's going to pull out. You guys are going to love some of his work.
Really?
Yeah,
well, where the hell is he at right now?
Yeah, he's being lame with his family. Loser.
He doesn't have any kids.
Yeah, that's.
Well,
but he
right,
was.
Whatever. I guess
he is somebody's kid.
I guess that doesn't. I guess that doesn't mean that he doesn't have a family.
Yeah, I was joking about the part where he's an orphan in the beginning of the episode.
Right. He is not.
He is not. No. So, anyways, we really appreciate you guys. We got stuff coming down the pipeline. Operation Paperclip is getting close. That information I think you guys are going to really like, because I've honestly, it's astounding to me how many people have not heard of Operation Paperclip.
You scare people
until
like
you
right away.
Well,
if you try to
until
talk
you
about
remind them of Captain America. Disney put it in some of their movies. So there's that portion of it, and they're like, oh yeah, but then they didn't know that that's actually real. They think it's fiction, just another part of the story. But no, Operation Paperclip was real. So thank you, everybody. We really appreciate it. This is the Talk Guys, the Iowa Talk Guys, signing off.
Out here in Iowa.
Catch you on the flip side.